What up, Face Off fans? It is the Kung Fu Finale! We are talking about Face Off Season 11, Episode 14, Battle of the Beasts, and we're hanging out with Adam Milicevic, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin!
Light show! What up? Welcome everybody to the Face Off Finale After Show.
Already.
I can't believe we are already to the end.
To the end.
Of Season 11 Face Off All-Stars. We're talking about Episode 14, Battle of the Beasts. I'm your host, Alana Jordan. You can find me on Twitter at Alana Jordan and on Instagram at That Alana Jordan Girl. And today I am joined by my lovely co-host.
Hey guys, it's Alexis Torres. You guys can find me all over the interwebs at atorres890.
And we're super excited because we're also joined by one of our favorite contestants, Adam Milicevic's here.
Woo!
Hi.
Was that your Neville impersonation? Like everybody's like, hey, here's my intro, Hi.
Hi.
No, but you're butchering my name.
Am I?
Yeah, it's Milicevic.
Is it? I've said it wrong for like 3 years then.
It's, well, you and my mom. It's fine.
Say it again. Really?
It's Milicevic.
Milicevic?
Yes.
I've said it wrong for forever.
It's all.
Sorry, guys.
Well,
Yeah. I had one
Don't
Greek
start now.
substitute teacher that ever said it right. So
How did I not know that?
I know.
I've said it wrong every show.
It's fine. It's fine. Maybe I just didn't catch it. Maybe it was just the lights.
Well, we are talking about the finale, and this is an awesome finale, too.
heck yeah.
This was super cool. They had an interesting twist, as per usual. We're really excited because we got to bring back some of the contestants. You got to
Most
come
of them,
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of you guys
thankfully,
get to come back.
thankfully.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's my second finale with Emily. So
Yeah. And I gotta say, I'm glad that you were on Team Emily, especially since I feel like there was your elimination episode. People kind of gave you some flack for you and Emily.
Yeah, well,
And y'all are buds.
Yeah.
it was I'll say it was a bad edit because they never, like, me and Emily are like we pick on each other, like that's been our relationship, like we just jab and like, and she actually did some ferocious pranks, like she would put the iron of the house in my pillowcase, so I would like jump into bed and then smash my face on an iron. She filled it with avocados one time.
Oh my
it was
God.
just like,
That's amazing.
So-
But were they peeled?
no, but it's just like
would've been
that would have been
worse.
so much worse.
So all through the show, there's
gonna
just
do
brutal,
that.
horrendous things happening to me at home, and then I pick a map she doesn't like, and people think I slaughtered a firstborn on TV. So I was like, oh yeah, this is fair. This is how it works.
I like it. You
So
picked the
good.
map that was, X marks the spot of your demise.
My favorite part is those maps were random, but everybody on Twitter said you picked the wrong map, and I was like, it's random. There's no wrong.
there's no
it's
wrong
random. So I was like, okay.
Be nice,
yeah.
guys. Jeez.
No,
pick
but
the
go
wrong
to
map.
Twitter. Go to Twitter and check out how bad some people are just in life. Like just like they tag me in it and said awful things, and I'm just like, what do you like? You
Because
got
you're not a person, you're a personality.
you're
Come
you're
on,
on TV.
Adam.
You sign your soul away. So yeah, it's a special. There's special kinds of bad people.
Terrible.
They were fighting. They were kung fu fighting.
I shake.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
So some of that happened in this episode.
What up?
It's gonna be the last one, so I gotta let it go. But no, this one was my favorite because again, as a martial artist, I even brought some Target. I forgot to put them up here, but I had little Target things and rebreakable boards to bring because that's my job. Because I teach karate.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been doing it for since I was 13.
Where have I been for the past
Get his
4
name wrong.
years?
You don't know that I've been in martial arts since I was 3. What's happening?
Apparently, this is just the finale of my failures.
That's fine. Yeah, so this was huge for me because martial arts movies, kung fu movies are my favorite things to watch. And it's something that my grandfather and I, because he was the one who trained me, that's just our thing. It's how we bond. So it was really cool getting to see all this awesome like wire tricks and things. Yeah. So I was like all in it. I was like on Sig's level where I was just like, oh my god.
Yes. And I just love that Sig kicked it off by calling it the Kung Fu Finale.
I was like, oh, Lena, you're making just.
I love the
pain
puns.
in my soul.
I was like, before it even started, I was like, this is gonna be a good episode.
Oh god.
And it was. So all of the artists really brought their A game too for this one. This was a unique challenge because each of the artists had to make 2 different looks that were going to actually be in a movie where these different martial artists are going to be kung fu fighting in full makeup, as they're also decked out as the animal.
I know.
That is kind of inspires their fighting style, which was pretty cool. We got to see the performers. Brought out Jeff Wolfe, who is the president of the Stuntmen's Association.
Insane.
As George says, the Stunt Obama.
He was a cool guy. He was a cool little guy, though. It's like, yeah.
He seems awesome.
Yeah, it was
like,
really, like, it is funny because everyone, like, you can tell they're just geeks about kung fu fighting and martial arts and stuff. So they brought, like, a really cool energy to the whole thing. And, like, we were all making Mortal Kombat references immediately. And they're just like, yes, keep doing it. Just, yeah, keep it up. So it was really fun being around, like, all those guys. So
that's awesome. Total annihilation.
Yeah, I just wanted him to go around and be like, your soul is mine. Just like randomly throughout the episode. And they'd be like, what are you talking about? Nothing.
It was just, all of it was just so cool. Even before they got to work on their makeups, they...
Yeah. The demos.
Get to see, the demos of all of the artists, which is...
I was afraid that they weren't going to do that. You're like, you just have to figure it out. And I would have been like, no, you should show it. And he did. And that was really cool that they took time to show the actual moves or the art itself. It was really awesome.
And I like that we've been talking about how, who gets to choose what when, how that kind of affects the order. So it's kind of cool to see that they did the opposite, how the person Emily, who got to pick her team first, like got to kick off picking teammates, was the last one to pick her animals.
Yes.
And Sig and vice versa. George was just in the middle both times. So
yeah.
It's like, well, there you go. But Emily picked Tyler, Adam, and Gage. So,
ooh.
Yeah, let's talk about y'all's team.
What a great team.
You had the crane and the mantis. And I like that the concept was that they both kind of learned from the same source, so, and then branched off, so they were cohesive looks, but you could tell, the
light and the dark.
Right, the characterization of the animal and of, kind of the villain of the story versus the hero of it, that it was really reflected in the look as well.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that she decided to take the mantis, the top of the head, to make it look like a hat or whatever.
Yes, just the idea of the crane too, with the skin pulled up into the bun.
I was like, ugh, gross, but also really cool to look at.
I loved it. I thought that was awesome, and it just made me think like that's probably like 90% of old Hollywood just wishes they could have done.
They could have done that. It would have been so much cheper. But yeah,
it's like the crane equivalent of
the facelift
of taping.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible. But I also love the fact that with your guys' wardrobe, especially for the crane, since there's a lot of very fluid movements, that you guys had the little fabric at the end for it to move very quickly. It was just really cool to look at.
Yeah, well, it was cool because like working with Emily, actually both times, like we sit and draw everything out first before anyone gets going on it. So like we actually we drew the face, drew the silhouette, and then what we tried to do is we tried to do like echo Asian inspired characters, because not just Chinese, like these are more Japanese in influence. Go figure. So it's like, with the mantis, we wanted to echo the conical hat, but then all of the information inside the silhouette is unexpected. So it was really fun, like going back and forth on this. So.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was so good.
It's such a cool look. I do think that it's hilarious that Emily has never seen a kung fu movie.
I knew that was going to happen, though. I knew it was. That she's just like, I hate you guys.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she has, just not the ones everyone else were like. I'm sure she's seen like Rush Hour and stuff like that, like contemporary ones. But it's like, Way of the Dragon and stuff. Like, I'm sure that's not on her radar in the least bit. So, but she's had to have seen a kung fu movie.
At least one.
I don't know. She hasn't seen a lot of movies.
You never know. We didn't have time to dive into that.
But it definitely didn't. I mean, it looked like she had. It looked like she had great source material, because it, was, as Neville said, really strong silhouettes. It was great contrast that Glenn said it was the stylistic incorporation of Asian flair. So, I mean, it was overall, it was an awesome look. It looked like it was straight out of, you know, it was legitimately out of a kung fu movie because they made one. But
yeah, like the fact that I mean, I don't mean to harp on the sashes, but it reminded me of like flying daggers. Wait, flying house of I can't remember what it was, but
House of Flying Daggers.
Thank
House
you.
of Flying Daggers.
I'm struggling, but I love that scene where she uses her sashes of her dress to hit the different drums in that movie. So it kind of reminded me of that, even though she's not hitting anything. It's just the way that she was flowing. Sorry, my nerd is coming out pretty hard today.
love it. I love it.
But yeah, it was really cool to look at, especially her mantis too. Like I love the colors that she picked for that.
Yeah, I really like.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the front of the chest piece was also my favorite because it was just so cool.
I like that she was, you know, she kind of likes to be in control of her painting and everything, so she did kind of relinquish a little bit of that control over to you. But then was even saying, you know, I trust Adam because he's a really strong painter, but I'm still freaking out. And you're like, okay, like, calm down. Everything that you do always ends up looking amazing.
Looks good. Yeah.
Do you ever find that, like, the time constraints when you're in a team, do you guys kind of, does that ever...
So when you're in a team that big, and I mean, and particularly on mine and Emily's first season, like we started off on a team, so you know everybody does things, you know, at a different pace. So once you're, you know, like we didn't, and on this season we didn't. It's not like we worked with each other. You get a feel, you know. So you know, for this, it's like, you know, everyone's at different speeds, everyone's at different paces, so you're gonna upset each other and make each other nervous. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're like, oh yeah, everyone just went through the same thing for the past 2 months, so maybe, you know, maybe it'll be all right. But, yeah.
And I think it turned out a little bit better than all right. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
I absolutely love it. It does kind of remind me a little bit of like an awesome kung fu mantis version of Bumblebee.
Oh, nice.
A little bit, you know?
I was thinking of a Power Ranger villain was what I was thinking of.
Also legit.
Well, there is a mantis. There is a mantis.
There is a mantis. Oh my god, my nerd card just took it away. But yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, one thing, like all the mantises that are usually done, they put the eyes on the head. So like we wanted to like 180 away from that as much as possible.
No, good.
I think that's a really good call.
That's a good call.
That would have been, I think, a little bit it could have been hokey and could have been detracting
from... I mean, it's echoed in some of the foreign language, but it's not. Like,
but it's not like a blatant like
bunk.
Like Muppet eyeballs.
Exactly.
Like,
but I was worried about the little antennas at the end, but you guys are a solid team, so I wasn't too worried that it was gonna fall off. So
I wasn't worried because Emily said that she was worried, and anytime she says that she's worried, I know that it's all going to be fine.
But I also don't trust Face Off because sometimes they're like, oh, I'm really worried. I really hope that doesn't fall off, and then with no backups. Yeah, like that's scary to think of. But I also would be in the same boat because I'm like, I wouldn't have had a
thought
process to make a backup.
Backups in case like.
Nope.
Really?
No.
This is why we're not on the show.
Yeah, there you go. That's why we sit here and just go, oh yeah, that's
really cool. Yeah.
What you guys did was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. I think adding into like where you did like the fan of feathers and everything, I loved it. And then it's always cool to see whenever there's something that doesn't necessarily go 100% as planned, like having the cowl too big, and then that moment of like, how are you gonna fix it? And then just
and my head was like, stuff it with cotton balls is what I thought of, and they did it. So I was like, yay!
Look at you!
I know, I remembered.
See, I just sort of gone panic.
No. I was like, oh yeah, just stuff it.
But it worked out great, and I was excited too to see that and everything stayed in place. Everybody's looks like there wasn't any sort of disasters or any issues, and when you're filming, that's a huge risk that could easily come to fruition, especially in a challenge like this. So it was pretty cool to see everybody's looks hold up and nobody really have any issues with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of dramaticize, like, oh, I hope that doesn't fall off, and then it was fine. So yeah.
I think absolutely beautiful, beautiful work. As Neville said, it's the perfect blend of organic and art.
Yeah. Again, using that calendar.
I know, right? Well, ish.
Yeah.
So let's talk about George's team. George picked Ben, Rachel, and Kaylin, and they had the eagle and the snake. And so as George said, he thought that the snake scales would be a little bit too boring, so they went a little bit more lizardy and adding different kind of scale texture. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was, it's a challenge how they have half silicone and half foam, so you're gonna have to paint it differently and then blend it and make it work.
And technically he already did scales, even though it was for a sea turtle, but still, like, he already had to do kind of like those round things, so it's kind of like, I'm gonna break it up and do something a little bit different. And I liked that. It looked really cool.
It was really neat, and it was cool seeing how they were able to cut around the scales to and blend it and kind of
and the fact that that they were worried too about the face prosthetic with the cowl, and they were just like, oh, well, I mean, they don't have to meet up. It just looks like a scale on top of another scale. And I was like, didn't think about that.
Yeah,
that's where
genius. Yeah. Don't create issues if there's not any.
Yeah, I agree.
Love it. I love George's energy for all of this too.
Yeah.
Like when he's just talking about how he's like, there's gonna be close-ups and wires and sweating and fighting.
So excited.
Like that just sounds like an awesome party. Like that's.
Yeah, sounds like my type of Friday night. But yeah, and I love that we get to see these pictures at the end too, especially with the close up, because I love seeing the wash of black
job is
throughout.
just amazing.
Yeah,
it was so we when we were applying that, there were all the martial artists were just having fun in the lab when they weren't under the chair, and she decided to get up and start doing a kata right in the middle. And it was a very special day because there were no cameras in the lab for one day.
Yeah.
So we were playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So they got up and started doing katas to Mortal Kombat. It was really fun and really cool. And
my gosh,
it was really surreal. Yeah,
I'm so sad I didn't get to see that.
That's so cool.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, and
man,
let's see.
Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm just distracted by that now. I'm just like upset that I didn't get to see you guys playing Mortal Kombat and people doing katas and doing cool stuff.
This needs to be a video game.
Yes, I want it.
Oh my god, that would be such a cool video game.
I mean, I still want my Godzilla versus like different monsters from all the Face-Off creatures. Like that's the video game that I want, where it's just like
Godzilla versus Face-Off.
Not Godzilla versus Face-Off. I meant just the creatures in general, because there was a Godzilla game that I had where you had to fight and then you also tried to wreck the city at the same time.
We're getting niche here on AfterBuzz.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop now.
I love it. Yeah, this was a good idea too, that they were making sure. I think everybody, for the most part, kind of had the same idea, where day one really wanted to focus on sculpting and getting all of the details and getting everything really well executed. And if you don't get to necessarily run molds that day, then nobody was really terribly worried about it, except for making sure that bird cowl got out, which I'm glad that was, that they really did a great use of time management, because the feathers on that, just absolutely incredible how Rachel was able to do the feathers and then lay the hair on top
of it. Yeah.
And as the judges pointed out, when in the middle of the performance the feathers are coming up, it looks like
I love that V brought that up, because I thought about that too, where like the little feathers on the top just kind of stood up, and I was like, oh,
feathers all ruffled.
Yeah,
literally,
and it was great. I enjoyed every minute of that. I loved it.
It's such a good idea. And I thought that was also a really good idea, too, to not go with the full eagle white.
Yes.
But break up and add in some tans and some browns and kind of take a little bit more liberty, adding in the talons, but making sure that there's not anything that's going to hinder performance.
Well, that's based on the assumption that all eagles are white. There's various species, like the golden eagle is actually brown. So there's a lot of latitude you have with birds of prey. So.
Right, but I mean, traditionally, when people would say eagle, like, you would immediately think...
In America.
In America. Yes.
Yeah, they think American eagle. Yeah.
They think American eagle.
That's,
the clothing
fundamentally.
But, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea to not necessarily go with the very first kind of intrinsic thing that would pop into your head.
Right.
Because that's going to be the first thing that pops into another designer's head.
Yeah.
So you just keep going deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
That makes you original.
It was,
that's what makes you guys all
really, really
stars.
well. And, as George is saying, this is not just any other day. Like, this is
the finale.
This is the finale. This is $100,000. This is a lot on the line. So you could really see, I think, this episode, that because the pressure was on, like, you guys were having a lot of fun, but it was also very focused. I think especially this team, too. We just kept seeing a lot of, like George, who's normally kind of really goofy and cutting up a little bit, was like, hey, let's make sure like, all this is.
He was joking around a little bit in the beginning of the episode, but yeah, as soon as it got to brass tacks, it was
Well, he's the only finalist that wasn't in a finale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this was double whammy for him.
Yeah, like super redemption. He worked on the finale, but
he wasn't
as
in
a
it.
team member, not as the final competitor. So that's a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. But absolutely knocked it out of the park. And I think both of these looks were incredible, especially given the fact that because it was staggered and, Emily's team goes in for a couple hours and then Sig comes in and then George comes in. But because they were filming and they got a little bit behind when they were filming Sig stuff, it did mean that George's makeups had to sit for a while, and he was kind of nervous that they were deteriorating a little bit. Yeah. Which makes sense under hot lights and difficult conditions, which that's the case inside of a soundstage.
Yeah, and I love that that he brought that up in the interview, or the interview of later where he was sitting there going like, this is what you would do if you were on a set. So he's just glad that it didn't
roll with the punches.
Yeah, exactly. And it didn't seem like he was actually freaking out. So he always has a cool head. So
yeah,
I was really proud of him.
Very even.
Yeah, I was really proud of him. It was awesome.
I mean, you were there. Did it seem like it was a situation where it was like taking a little bit longer than anticipated? And
no, I mean, it's just doing that is it's a waiting game, So it
hurry up, wait.
Yeah, more or less. But no, it didn't seem like anything was going, too long. It seemed appropriate. And plus it's stunts, so it's like, don't want anyone dying.
Yeah.
It's always a bummer.
Legit.
Yeah.
Safety, kind of key.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's TV. There's editing. There's, tension music and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was fun. And actually, like, everybody really... Yeah, I can't explain, like, the energy was so good because everyone's, the teams, we're all trying to work for the finalists, but, there's something about us not being on the line, but we still want to do good work, so we have more fun with it. You're not overthinking it. And then it's nice to sort of have, as with anything, it's nice to have a leader sort of taking responsibility.
Right.
Ultimately, because, then a lot of that pressure's off, and then you can focus on just doing cool stuff. So, yeah. It was a really good time, like on that set.
Yeah, it felt kind of more like when earlier in the season, how there was the elimination challenges, and then there was how every other week, like you got a safety week, and I felt like those were the weeks that had the coolest stuff because since the pressure was kind of lifted a little bit, people were like, let's just do really cool things and let's kind of take bigger risks and let's see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was the work that I liked the best. So it was kind of cool to see you guys come back at any time that we see in the finale when people come back. I think it is kind of that mentality where it's like, we want to help our friend.
Now you can play. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I got eliminated. I'm not dead. Now I can go in the lab and play. So it's like, it's always
only
more
one
fun.
person on our team has to freak out for all of us, and then we can all have fun.
Whatever.
That's how you get back at Emily, really, for the iron, is you're like, I'm having a good time.
What I ended up doing is I put an iron in her pillowcase, but I left it on.
Oh, God.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do, is you just gotta one up.
Just, you're Two-Faced now.
That's a big avocado no.
Oh, my God.
That's niche.
Oh, my God, that hurts so much. Oh, my soul just died.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So the judges absolutely loved these looks, and as George said, it starts just this beautiful ballet of kung fu, and seeing these looks,
so good.
The movement of these were really, really cool.
Yeah.
And especially because this is when it started adding in a little bit more of the intricate kung fu styles, like adding in like the wire work and everything with these guys. It was really seeing a lot of, these makeups are taking some abuse and they're still holding up and look great throughout. And I just thought it was absolutely brilliant. I agree completely that it's the high contrast around the eyes and mouth helped it, as Glenn said, succeed in this style of shooting.
Yep.
Which I think everybody really, really took into consideration this challenge, that it was for a kung fu picture, and that it was going to have functional elements, but needed to stylistically embody that look. So
that was a lot. That was really good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've just been listening to tapes of Neville talk.
Is that what it is?
So yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But ultimately, there could only be one winner. And all of these looks were incredible. I have no idea how they were even able to pick from this, but
Because they were all really good. But
Yes.
I understand why they picked the winner because it was kind of my favorite.
so Sig, congratulations. Sig
Yay!
Neutron, the winner of Face Off All Stars.
Slow clap. I love it.
His team, Logan, Evan, and Melissa, had the dragon and the tiger. And they decided to make the tiger this like older, wiser
So cool.
character, and the dragon like this really aggressive character based off of the Chinese dragon with the same kind of coloration and the scarring that looked like they'd been fighting for a long time.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I think incorporating the dreads was such a cool idea with
Yeah.
the dragon.
Well, because when he did his demo, I was like, oh, I love the fact that his dreads move, and I'm really glad that Sig was like, you should put that in there. And I was like, yes, I love that.
The only
It's
thing,
so
they
cool.
like painted them gold. I was like, how does he wash that out? Like after, or is it just?
I thought it was like spray or something like that. Like what? Like I don't think it's the cheap stuff that you would get at Party City, but I also don't know.
It's Krylon gold hairspray.
Oh, there you
It's,
go.
yeah, no,
So easy wash out?
Yeah, there's metallic. It's all water soluble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
nice. See,
Krylon.
this is why you get Krylon. I hear they have 85 international locations.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know that. I can't
Some of them
confirm.
you can drive to in your Hyundai Velocity.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love how excited Sig was about this challenge, that he was saying this is just the dream finale for him.
He said that like 8 times. It was great.
I know, and it really was, like, you could tell, and it made sense to me that he won because he was so excited about this challenge, which we've seen kind of other challenges as well. If there's something that you're really, really excited about, you tend to kind of bring a little bit more to it. And so this, I thought, was absolutely perfect for him. He agreed.
Yeah,
And-
I just loved, I don't know, the dragon I think is my favorite just because of the paint job and like all the stuff that went into it, especially with the face and the cowl. It was just really, I don't know, it was
That
really
dragon
cool.
is fire.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Also, like I have to point out, like red makeups are typically a risk on Face Off because
Correct.
they're very picky to light, and you never know. Like you never know till it gets out on stage. So just the fact that he showed the restraint that he did, like and it just looked beautiful on screen. Like it really was deserving of the
What's
win.
so intricate too, the way that he was able to paint and then also bring in all of these different forms and then really paint to highlight each of those forms and each of the details. So it was a really just beautifully executed look from beginning to end. Just every aspect of it was super cohesive.
And same with the tiger too. I love that because I was trying to see how he was going to implement stripes in that way, and you know we didn't want like a Tony the Tiger kind of situation, but like I love that he
I
decided.
thought that would have been great.
Oh my god! It just gave me. I lost my train of thought. Damn it. But yeah, I love that he decided to use this old age makeup to bring the stripes through. I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, I actually think that the tiger might have been my favorite,
Nice.
just because the scarring in it too, and having an old aged tiger that's scarred, like that's a lot.
That's
that
a
you have
lot
to
to
kind
do.
of incorporate and make it look realistic and make it look good and make it look like these are people who have taken on these characteristics.
Yeah.
Because of these Elder Scrolls.
I think the tiger was my favorite out there because so another thing you got to know is he had Evan on his team, right? So him and Evan, when we were in the house, they would talk about kung fu movies constantly, not knowing this was ever that's just them going back and forth. So like immediately they were like, we're doing a Lopan character, like we're gonna do this like old Asian tiger that lives on the mountain and flicks his like. So there, you just saw their geekdom with that and all of that, and seeing the tiger was my favorite. I like the dragon, but the tiger was like that was cool. That was something for people that know and love kung fu movies.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I guess because my grandpa's really into red dragons. I don't know what it is, but that's just what he is.
So specific.
Yeah, well, I know because I even have. I also forgot it's in my
He
purse.
even likes
It has-
the movie Red Dragon. He doesn't even like Hannibal, but he
doesn't,
just
he just
watches
loves
it for the
Red.
title.
I actually have one of his old red dragon statues that he has. He's had it for I think as long as he's been alive, and I've brought it, but it's in my purse. But I loved the old age makeup for the tiger because it reminded me of the Monkey King, which is also a huge thing. Oh, cool. So it kind of reminded me of that, like living on a mountain and just, you know, being set in his ways kind of thing. And it was just, that's what it reminded me of.
I like to think that this tiger lives on the mountain that McKenzie yells face off from. Just in her off time.
I forgot that used to be our thing. Is talking about her on a mountaintop, because we didn't get that this year.
I know, this is like, we haven't had
maybe
McKenzie
next
on a
season.
mountaintop in like a couple seasons. It's been weird. So at least we have our one character that we can say can live on McKenzie Mountain.
I'm fine with that. I think it's the best one.
So yeah, they ended up not even, you know, molding until day 2, but
yes,
looked absolutely phenomenal. Can we actually get a little look at the dragon, or I'm sorry, the tiger?
One more time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, look at that. Just the detail on that, I think, is absolutely... That's incredible.
Yeah.
And because they had speaking characters, they had kind of an extra challenge thrown in, was that the lips have to be able to move and function, and they were coming up a little bit when the dragon was talking. But I love how everybody, Emily even said this too, like, they're not waiting to be told, hey, can we touch up on this? Just the second that you yell cut,
run out there.
Everybody is out there making sure that everything is absolutely perfect, which was just, I don't know, it was really cool to see everybody's energy, especially Sig's this challenge, and especially seeing that dadgum thing flipping into that bamboo from
so
like
cool.
15 feet.
Like, they had to do it like 3, 4, 5 times, at least from
and
what
all
we saw
I'm
in the
thinking is
edit.
like, how is his entire face not been ripped off by this point? Like, he is like smacking his face into this bamboo over and over and over again, and then it holds up and looks great every time. Insane to me. Amazing. So yeah, I thought this was great. As Sig said, it was everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Good job, Wutron clan.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they did their different clans this time around. That was awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. We got our final V bitchin'.
Oh yeah, I know. I was so happy that she finally said it.
Bitchin' makeup. It's weird that this is the finale.
It felt like this season went by really quickly.
I feel like it went by really, really quickly. Was it weird for you coming back to Face Off and being back on this season? And
yeah, kind of. There's a weird I don't know. There's a weird thing like the lab. You don't think you're gonna feel familiar with that place. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you feel at home almost going back to that lab because you know you can work around it and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean it was fun. It was a good time. And then like I think I've mentioned before, I mean Emily would watch a lot of the people on the show. Like Emily when she was younger would watch Gage. And Gage inspired her to go do that. So this was a weird experience for everybody, like, because you're working with the people that inspired you to do what to go on the show and do it. Yeah. So then it's almost like, you've done it before, but now you're like on TV. Like, you're like, oh my God, I saw them on TV. I'm on TV with them. Like, it's just, it's a weird little, you get giddy and then you realize you're friends with these people. So it's like.
That's so cool. I love it. Yeah, I love how, kind of other seasons that aren't all-star seasons where we bring people back, kind of the giddiness is normally brought in with the special guests that we brought in. And, we did get that this week, too, obviously having a legendary stuntman come and direct all of these awesome stunt scenes. That is awesome. But it's really it's cool to see the camaraderie that you guys have, and then seeing that brought back and just kind of, it does feel like everybody feels a little bit more settled and a little bit more.
Because I loved like every time that we ended and either Emily or Sig or George was like, I love my team, and you guys, we always had a shot of you guys like group hugging or something like that.
They told Emily to say that.
I figured.
You have to say something nice about these people.
Come on, Emily, be a team player. But yeah, it was just really cool because I know that you and I have talked about it every season. We've done the after show of how like it doesn't matter that it's a competition, everybody helps each other out. But it's always the finale that usually gets me because I'm like, you guys did it. Even though you're like not in the finale, but you're in the finale. It's so nice.
And then just anytime they have montage of like, we all did it. And then group photo.
Oh yeah, with the iPad. I was like,
iPad,
oh my God.
That you can watch on faceoff.com.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. I knew I grabbed a group photo of everybody.
I love it.
So good.
Oh, this was such a good season.
It was. I hope that they do, maybe another like 5 more seasons, and we'll do another All Stars. I think that would be cool to add more new people to it.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Go to like season 45.
I just want it to go on forever.
Yeah, just an endless time loop. Like 50 years of Face Off, like Days of Our Lives.
Yes, I want it to be like the Fast and Furious of.
Oh my God, I think we're past television. That. Don't you think? Oh no. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm with you with that. Sure.
It keeps going.
All right.
So this season, did you have any highlights? Anything that you really, really loved getting to do?
God, well, the green screen. The green screen one was still my favorite. I thought that was a very fun exercise. And then I normally don't dabble in beauty or like feminine characters, so it was very fun doing Monster High. Especially because my girlfriend's daughter is like super into Monster High, and like being able to bring one of her favorite things, to life and make her excited about it. Like I was like, yeah, that was really the highlight, was doing that for her. So
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But no, so I got to shout out to all the stunt people. You have all their names, but
Yes.
It was funny because when we got matched up with the crane, I recognized her, and my friends produce and direct the Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope on Machinima. And I was like, I recognize her. I'm like, you're the android. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, you're in my friend's thing. And so,
so
she
Amy
plays,
Johnston.
Amy Johnston. She plays Android 18.
Which is
yeah,
so cool.
so it was just, and it was funny because it was just like, oh, this is a small world. Like, just, you're secluded to a show and you're running into people,
And shout out to all of the stunt guys too: Tiger Master
seriously.
Alex, Dragon Master TJ, Crane Master Amy Johnston, Mantis Lauren, Eagle Brian, and Snake Jane. You guys were all phenomenal. So good work.
And look up their credits too. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the dragon, I think he was the motion double for Colossus and Deadpool. Like, it was cool because they were just running off their credits and they're like, oh my God. Like, it was like, so we were geeking out. Everyone was geeking out over each other. It was fun. It was a blast.
It's so cool getting to see us geeking out over your makeup while you guys geek out over these other people's talent
models,
and just everybody. I love everything about this show because it's just
good.
everybody being excited about everything.
Yeah, I think it's the best competition show, like, on all of television.
I agree.
Oh, here's a geek. Sorry, I'm going to derail this. So, speaking of a geek moment, when Paul Anderson was on for the Mad Max challenge, he wasn't supposed to, but he came out and ate lunch with us for a sec. And we were just like, what? And I was like, I got to tell you, thank you for Mortal Kombat. And he sort of looked at me like, I was like, no, I'm serious. I have a tattoo on my leg. Thank you for all of that. And like, then Sig was like, yes. Yes, thank you for all, it was just, this was an amazing season. And like, yeah, like there could be a whole behind the scenes, like, with stories like that. So,
I want it.
But yeah.
I know. I wish there was. I want a web series. I'm gonna keep saying it. I want Face Off.
You want a web series? You want that 360 camera?
Yes, I do.
You want
the
action
360,
figures?
Yes. I want all these things. I
All
want
these
more.
things. Yeah. Down.
I'm gonna keep asking for it until I
No,
get
we
it.
should.
What up, Face
Start
Off?
making a board of all the things that you ask for.
So since the show, you actually today worked with Sig and George, right?
Yeah. I'm working with them on a little thing. So
That's
yeah,
cool. So it's neat
hopefully
that you
you'll see
guys
that.
all get to kind of work together outside of the show too.
Well, yeah, it's like, it's a family. Like, it's it's just like any family. You're forced into it. And so you sort of have this, PTSD with the show. So it's like, no one can relate to me but these other people now. So it's like, but yeah. Plus, like, it is a networking tool. So it's like, if you find people you like and people you get along with, why wouldn't you continue to work with those people?
Yeah.
Like, I know I will, like, when the time comes that I need stuff, like, those are the guys I'm going to. So, vice versa.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
so cool.
Well, where can we find more from you too?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at A Civic Dilemma. And then, let's see. Oh, go watch Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope by Robot Underdog on Machinima. I did a little bit of makeup for that.
Nice.
And then I'm going to be doing some joint, like, sculpture things with my girlfriend because she's a traveling convention artist. So I thought it'd be cool to sort of get some tangible work out there that people can buy. But I don't want to do it solo. So yeah,
awesome.
and that's artofmorganwilson.com.
That's
so.
awesome.
How cool. Oh, I can't believe it's over. I'm
I'm
so
going
sad
through
that it's over.
denial right now. Cause I'm like,
know.
it's not over. We have next week.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you, Alexis.
Yeah, you know I live here. You know you can always find me and torture me with puns.
And where can we find you on the interwebs?
You guys can find me at atorres890. I'm on 8 shows this year, so you guys can find me. I have them all listed on my Twitter page, so you guys can find me there. And also, a lot of you know that I'm traveling to Philly this weekend, so if you guys are out there and you guys see me, let's hang out. Get a cheesesteak or something.
And tweet her a whole bunch of puns because she loves them.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
she's gonna have a pun quota that won't be filled.
Oh my god, why? Just had to get one more in there before I die.
Bye, everybody. I'm going to miss you guys, too. You can keep chatting with me on Twitter at Alana Jordan and on Instagram at That Alana Jordan Girl. And you can keep the conversation going with all of us using that hashtag ABTV Face Off. See you guys next season. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.